Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Alice Mike's podcast. We have another Music Friday for May 21st, 2021. Once again, as I thank everybody for listening to the podcast, we have a lot of music today. Mucha música. A lot of good music released. Definitely better than last week. There was music released, but man, a lot of music to go through today. And I just want to thank everybody uh, listening to the podcast from wherever you're listening from. Thank you. From East Coast to West Coast, from North to South, everywhere in between. Even had somebody all the way in Australia listening to the podcast. So thank you. That's a long ways. But yeah, so it was definitely surprising. Pretty surprising seeing somebody from Australia, listening to a podcast. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and girls. We have a lot of music to cover today. A lot of releases. I was saying for May 21st. Hope everybody's having a good week. Hasn't been too bad over here. It's the man halfway done from this year. It's halfway done. I mean, man, it's going by fast, and looks like everything's opening up. I guess no more masks after June 15th here in California. See how that goes. Hopefully people still keep their distance. I really didn't mind the 6 feet away. Especially being a bigger guy, hey, keep your distance, all right? But definitely not gonna miss, definitely didn't miss the traffic, tell you that. Now there's a traffic all over the place, and back to good old California. So, everything's opening up, and everybody out there is still, still be safe. Let's use some of the new habits, that we acquired. Hand sanitizer, have it in your car, have it in your pockets, not a bad thing. Washing your hands more regularly. Hey, that should definitely keep going on. So. So let's face mask. I could definitely go without wearing the face mask, because especially that I wear glasses. Man, they got all fogged up, and then I can't even see. And it's quite annoying. It's not that it's like, oh well, you can't breathe, or people are just having a hard time breathing. No, it's my glasses get fogged up, and that sucks. So then you're adjusting your mask, and then you're trying to wipe your glasses, and it's terrible. So everybody that wears glasses definitely would understand. I tried some of the tricks, and it hasn't worked. And so, all right, so let's continue with this new Music Friday. How I've been saying now. Hopefully everybody's been having a great week. And I got quite a bit of music recommendations. And then this weekend I'll be releasing another conversation with El Compa Horacio. We talk about more music, culture, just overall, we just have a conversation. So I'll be releasing this other episode over the weekend, but let's see, get everybody going with my recommendations. All right, so we have started off with La Ventaja, finally released their album. They've been taking out quite a bit of singles for the past couple months, but we have this album called Sin Miedo al Éxito. And before I get started on this, totally forgot. All this music will be added to Alice Mike's playlist on Spotify. So you guys want to listen to the music I recommend, just go to Alice Mike's playlist on Spotify. You'll see all the music there. Don't have Spotify? Well, then you just have to look it up yourself. But either way, and then there's links to the Spotify playlist on my Facebook page, Alice Mike's Podcast, and as well as Instagram, Alice Mike's Podcast, same name. So, all right. So, So let's get started right where I left off. So, yeah, I was saying La Ventaja, grupo de Culiacan. They finally came out with their CD that's been kind of being teased for a couple months. It's called Sin Miedo al Éxito. I got the 4 songs that I recommend. It says Vámonos Amaneciendo, A Que Te Tienes, Como El Primer Día, which is definitely a cover. I think that song was sang first by, I don't know about first, but it got famous with El Recodo con Julio Preciado. Yeah, so back in the 90s. But, it's a good cover. So it's como primer día, and then you have a little lighthearted cumbia, Me Falta un Seis. Of course, they're talking about beer. But yeah, it's so you got those 4 songs, Sin Miedo al Éxito. There's more songs in the album. Go check out the whole album if you can. But that's kind of the 4 songs that I recommend. The recording's not bad. I do wish I wish they because the Ventaja, I guess their name La Ventaja comes out because, or not because it comes out, but there's a reason they called La Ventaja, because they could switch between guitarras and accordion, which is great, it's but I personally like how el muchacho plays el accordion. I think he has quite a distinctive way of playing, and I mean he plays the guitar really well too. And most of the album actually is compositions of him, the lead singer. His name is Urban. So I mean, composing everything himself, that's great. Yeah, but I wish they come out with another version just con accordion conjunto, and then other con guitarras. That'd be cool. But either way, if you like guitarras and they have one with some tuba, some with bajo. I mean, but it's mostly guitars. So yeah, go and check it out. CD is called Sin Miedo al Éxito, Grupo La Ventaja. All right, we're gonna switch on over to Lupillo Rivera. Did a dueto with Leonel El Ranchero. It's just a single. It's called El Peligro Veo Normal. It's man, ellos dos da dueto. I mean, they sound really good. Yeah, them together. Yeah, it's sounds really good. I mean, it really does. I mean, Leonel Ranchero sings quite high. He, if you guys don't know, he was with El Dueto Los Haces Sinaloa with his brother Almícar El Cazador. And it was a really good duet, one of my favorite duetos. But now he did a dueto with Lupillo Rivera, which they're advertising the la época pesada or so, and yeah, so this single called El Peligro Veo Normal, it sounds great. They sound really good together. So yeah, go ahead and check it out, listen to it. I'm hoping they'll do more and more duetos, but because they do sound really good together. All right, now Chuly Zárraga finally released his album with Mariachi. He has released more than a couple singles, and I've actually recommended the singles when they have come out. But finally the CD came out. So Chuly Zárraga, tongue twister. Well, at least for me, not for everybody, but Chuly Zárraga album is called Maricheando desde el Rancho. So I mean, it has some Juan Gabriel in there. It has I mean, you name it. I mean, so there's la canción No Discutamos, Playa Sola. A veces la tarde se vuelve seguro, Bohemo de Afición, which I know a lot of people sing it Bohemo de Afición, but I always think of the Vicente Fernandez version of it. I'm not saying he's the original one, but that's the version that comes up to me. So he sings Poema de Afición, La Entalladita, which I believe even Charito sings that one. It's a cover. It's an old cover. Andamos Borrachos Todos. Again, it's other cover. It's all covers. Gracias porque volviste. And then he sings La Primera Caricia. It's a song. La Primera Caricia. Man, he goes off on that song. I mean, Chuly Lizárraga, definitely has some pipes there, and he can sing really high. He has a great range. But man, that last song, La Primera Caricia, he really goes off. A lot of people try to sing with a lot of banda artists have tried to sing with mariachi. And sometimes it just doesn't sound right in my perception. Mariachi, I believe you need more range. More lower to higher range, or I don't know. It's just somehow sometimes the banda mariachi don't really mix the singer, or so, or for me at least. But I mean, Chuly Lizárraga really. I mean, I think he really sounds good with mariachi. Yeah. So go ahead and check it out. This album is great. Mariachi sounds good. Chuly Lizárraga sounds good. Yeah, so just the album's called Marichando desde el Rancho. Chuly Lizárraga y su banda Tierra Sinaloense. Correction. Chuly Lizárraga y su banda Tierra Sinaloense. Even though he doesn't sing with his banda, but yeah, he sings with the mariachi, and yeah, go ahead and check it out. And then we have Pepe Aguilar came out with a single called Traigo Ganas. And actually, it's a composition between him and Eden Muñoz de Calibre 50. It's a nice rancherita kind of song. It's alegre. Check it out. I wish he didn't do the segunda throughout all his song, but yeah, either way. Recommend it. It's a nice song. It's Pepe. So yeah, go and check it out. Again, it's called Traigo Ganas, Pepe Aguilar. And then from there, we're going to go to Carlos Sarabia, ex-singer of El Recodo, ex-singer of La Recoditos, ex-singer of he's been on 5 or 6 different bandas. But he came out with a live album in Volume 1 and 2. It's called En Vivo desde La Loma, Volume 1 and 2. All he's singing is covers that he's known to sing whatever agrupación he's been in. So, I mean, this doesn't sound too bad. I mean, it goes from, Quiero que sepas, El Farol. He does a popurrí, Y llegaste tú. Dos gotas de agua, Te ofrezco un corazón, Camarón pelao. He does a whole popurrí de Juan Gabriel. He does another popurrí de Seis Pies Abajo, and then he combines it with Acábame de matar, La Escuelita. He does another popurrí de Vámonos de fiesta, and then he puts al último pone el Agualulco. He goes, he sings Aguanta Corazón, otro popurrí de Leña de Pirul. And then he adds in Los Pájaros in there, and then ends up with ¿Y qué me vas a dar si vuelvo? And at the end, he ends up with a popurrí Me Gustó El, Salsa y La Palma, y El Sinaloense. So I think it's a great CD just to put on and just leave it, and just listen to the whole album. I mean, it's just a bunch of covers, but they're familiar covers. The guy doesn't sing too bad. Just sing pretty well. The banda sounds pretty good. Yeah, so go ahead and check it out. Carlos Sarabia, he has 2 albums, En Vivo desde La Loma, Volume 1 and 2. Yeah, definitely recommend it. And then we have Los Premios del Rancho de Ariel Camacho with Cristian Nodal. So again, they've been teasing quite a bit of singles. They finally released the album. It's called Recordando a una leyenda. Of course, they're talking about la leyenda de Ariel Camacho. So they sing, a lot of songs that Ariel Camacho was known for. I had recommended some other ones already, but they have the cover of Hablemos, El Rey de Corazones, and then I always like the song ¿Por qué te portaste mal? Which I believe last year or 2 years ago, Canales released it. But the first time I heard it was with Los Norteños de Cozalá. And I'm not saying they're the originators of it. Definitely not the originators of it. I think it's even older than that. But the first time I heard it was from Los Norteños de Cozalá. Then I've heard Canales release it either last year, 2 years ago. I think it was last year. And then now Los Plebes del Rancho del Macho con Cristian Nodal released it as well. So it's a good cover. So again, but they have a whole CD of songs that Ariel Camacho made famous. No corridos, just canciones. Again, it's Los Plebes del Rancho de Ariel Camacho with Cristian Nodal. The album's called Recordando a una Leyenda. All right, from there we go to there's Los Tiranos del Norte, which, man, they were huge in the 90s. Man, I remember they were huge agrupación in the 90s. So they released a live album. It's called Nuestras Leyendas, which is really their greatest hits. I like Los Tiranos del Norte and their whole album. It just filled of their hits. From Hasta la Miel Amarga, Hermosa Tirana, Extraña Manera, Mátame a Besos, Charola de Plata, so just their hits. The recording it's quite good, actually. It's good. Being a live album. So yeah, go ahead and recommend that CD if you guys want to listen to a little throwback 90s conjunto. So yeah, Los Tiranos del Norte album's called Nuestras Leyendas en Vivo. All right, then we have this conjunto called Decreto Norteño. And then they came out with albums called Puras que nos gustan, volumen 1. Vea que si no le gusta la música, no está ahí. Badly titled some of these albums. So yeah, Puras que nos gustan, volumen 1. So they have 3 songs that I thought sounded pretty good. So it's Pase y Pase with Las Calles Enlodadas. 2 covers, they're great. I guess they make a little potpourri out of it. They put the 2 songs together. Then there's another song called Aquel Amor. And then they have another potpourri. They put Chaparra de mi amor, Eslabón por eslabón, y Piquito de oro together. Yeah, guys sound good. I mean, it's a live album. Those 3 songs are the ones that kind of stood out more for me. But if you want to check out the whole album, just go for it. All right, from where we're gonna go to otro. Name of the group is called Otro Nivel. Song's called El Trampolín. These guys sound. The song sounded pretty good, so definitely recommend it. It's a conjunto norteño. Just go and check it out. It's called El Trampolín. The name of the agrupación is called Otro Nivel. All right, next one up. There's a single that came out. This guy named Jorge Almir. Song's called Besos con Alcohol. And it's kind of mariachi. I would say mariachi country, but it's some type of a fusion. Not too much of a fusion, but some just mariachi with some little toquecito de country. Just because I mean the way the violin is playing, that's why it kind of reminds me of a little bit of country music. But yeah, go and check it out. Guy's name is Jorge Armil, and the name of the song is called Besos con Alcohol. All right, so the people that like canciones instrumentales or tocaditas, banda sinaloense Los Nuevos Santa Rosa de Ernesto Soto came out with an album. Um, I only like I really I only like the two instrumentals, las dos canciones tocaditas they're there es el Papayón y la Cuichi. It's one of my favorite bandas, Los Nuevos Santa Rosa. They sound really great. Hopefully one day, I'll be able to, hire them in Sinaloa one day, and then, man, hopefully record them as well. But yeah, I mean, so they have a album en vivo. But the only two songs I like were the tocaditas, el Papayón y la Cuichi. Then this banda called banda Melon Melon. They came out with a new album, but they have a popurrí they start off with Arriba Pichátaro, and they end off playing Arráncame la Vida. So they transition from a zapateado to a rancherita. It's a tocada. It's an instrumental. But yeah, it sounds really good. Yes, so yeah, definitely recommend. Definitely recommend that song. And then the banda, banda Melon Melon. Go ahead and check it out. I mean, the album is called Canciones y Duetos, but the song I really like was Arriba Pichátaro. All right, then we have this guy called Joaquin Lira. The first time I ever listened to this guy, he released an album called De Regreso en el Ruedo. It's a live album. But yeah, he has the album. It's just full of covers. But he has Linda Güerita, Pa' qué me sirve la vida, Andamos borrachos todos, Besos de papel, La carretera. It's a mix between banda and conjunto. So some songs are with banda, some are with conjunto. Sounds really good. I've never heard this guy before, and actually, I was going through his discs, other albums he has, and yeah. So I'm gonna put more of his music. Definitely sounds good. I mean, the other songs he has, El Celoso, Mi Tesoro, Que Te Voy a Olvidar, and then one of my favorite songs, Delante de Mí. Of course, I prefer the Lalo Gallo version, but I don't mind people covering and making it their own. Yeah, and then he has another album. He has I like this song Paso a la Reina. Then he even sings one of another cover of Los Tiranos Norte, de Extraña Manera. And then he has another album. Then he has Que Noche la de Anoche. Corrido fue Judicial Federal. Y Ándale, classic Antonio Aguilar borrachera song. La borrachera está buena when they put on Y Ándale. So yeah, if you guys haven't heard this guy named Joaquin Lira, go and check it out. Put some of his music in there. Sounds great. Recording's not bad. He mostly he sings covers or so, but why not? Why not support? Listen to these guys. And I'm not saying I think today was definitely cover heavy on the releases or so. Everybody loves listening to covers. I mean, that's what we request most of the time when we're out requesting music or in los mariscos, or not in los mariscos, but when in parties or so. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's como I was saying, it's definitely a cover heavy music Friday, but it's always good to listen to different versions or different takes on music. That's all my recommendations for Music Friday. I know it's a lot of music. I think I went kind of fast on the recommendations. Kind of just give you the list, and here you go. Because I mean, it's a lot of music. So definitely, it's cool to have new music to listen to, and excited to listen to in your car, and something new. It's always good. I'm not saying, I mean, if you're comfortable listening to older stuff, that's great. I do it. I mean, but listen to something new. So then when you listen to the old stuff, it's not tiring. Actually, sometimes I think you appreciate it more when you give yourself a distance of listening to what the older stuff or so that you've listened to, and then so you listen to all the new stuff, and then and then somehow you end up listening to maybe the older stuff you're listening to, and it's like you're listening like it's like brand new again, and then it gives you that spark. And I mean, I'm just saying, music is definitely therapeutic. I know everybody will agree to it. I think it's one of the greatest therapies you can get. Gets you mind off of stuff, and you know, or I think music could either just invoke the feelings um, that reminds you of either. Hopefully, it reminds you of happy times. I mean, I know, yeah. Sometimes music does remind you of times that sucks. It's either like a heartbreak or somebody passing, or just a bad experience you had that somehow that song is related to you, or totally opposite. I mean, you wanted to remember happy times, maybe great times with family, or dancing with a significant other the first time, or just dancing in general, or having a good time, or just reminds you of your childhood, your innocence. I mean, for me, just put este lado del gallo, the whole the corridos con dos camionetas blindadas, and old school lado del gallo, and then it just reminds me of my childhood, and being in the back of our '90s Chevy, driving to visit family, and or listening to Chalino. Remember the old carne asadas we used to have. Many of my family members I listen to. I mean, remember my dad making pollo, polliza que hacía in the backyards. I mean, and I remember my brother we Horacio putting music, and what was it? I mean, it was Chalino, it was Banda Clave Azul, it was Recodo, Incomparables de Tijuana, Los Tucanes. And for me, it just brings back really great memories, and and it's cool to just listen to that music, and just all this memory comes back to you, and and it kind of brings you back in a good way. So just think about the music, not think about the sad music. Let's just think about music that lifts your spirit. Una tocadita. I love la canción Amores de Julia. La Merejilda, or here like Tecateando, Perla Azul, all the the foxtrot, or the fox, con banda sinaloense, like como dije, Perla Azul, Blanco y Negro, El Pariente, yeah, or good cumbia, el Agualulco, or go back to not cumbia, like Cinco de Chicle too. Love that song. Or just El Palo Verde. I every time I hear El Palo Verde, I think me dancing allá en Sinaloa, enfrente de los porteños de Badiraguato, de Miguel Velázquez. I mean, that's just memories that I have. It's so cool listening to them, or hearing them play la pasadita. with their that famous Tool player they used to be with con los porteños. I mean, so I mean, just think about music that makes you good memories and just makes you happy. It's good to have that, and hopefully you guys have that music or that playlist that 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 gives you that happiness and that gives you that um, escape or so. Um, because I think music, it's therapeutic and it helps a lot of people out. I mean, um, what era or what songs do you guys do you guys think it's therapeutic, or do you guys think it's, or you guys listen to it that's like, oh, it kind of clicks, okay, um, you know, or you guys just enjoy listening to? Cause I just there's a lot of songs about that the lot of rancheras, or that you left me and I'll be better than you and this that and I'm here now, and ahora estoy aquí, ya antes estaba en el suelo, me traicionaste, and I mean it's a lot of negative and stuff like that. I mean, hey, if that's what you like, good for you. I mean, but sometimes there's other music you just listen to and it just it doesn't have to have a negative feeling towards it. It doesn't have to be sadness. It doesn't have to be, pon una borrachera. Let's get this sad song. I understand sometimes, it invokes a feeling of sadness when you hear some type of sad song, and I understand that, but it just I'm asking to my listeners, what are your happy songs? Go ahead and, if you guys have time, message me on Instagram or Facebook, Alice Mike's podcast, Instagram or Facebook. What are you guys happy songs? I mean, anybody message me, I'll definitely say it on the next podcast. Yeah, so I just want to leave you guys with think about the songs that make you happy, or that turn that frown upside down. How how cheesy is that? But either way, I mean, just have have that thought. What are the music or the songs that could turn your day around, or that you put on the day. You put on after work. After a stressful day or long road trip. You want to have a good road trip. What music do you put on? So yeah, so I'm gonna cut it off there. Thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Alice Mike's podcast, Music Friday for May 21st. And I want to thank everybody for listening. And again, if you guys haven't checked out my social media page on Facebook and Instagram, it's the same name, Alice Mike's podcast. Where I just let you guys know of upcoming episodes and inform you guys when the new episode's being released. And I just want to thank everybody for listening. And if you guys could spread the word, thank you. Definitely appreciate it. But I'm gonna try to keep this going, and every Music Fridays, because it's some people don't have the time to see the new releases. At least you could listen to me and I can tell you what's good, or at least for my opinion, right? And again, I want to thank for all the encouragement to CA Truck Lines, JC Herrera Trucking, Unique Janitorial, and Smart Stop Insurance. Thank you for all the encouragement. Yeah. All right. So yeah, everybody have a great week. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening. And like I always try to end off, try to smile every day. If nobody smiles back at you, go get in front of the mirror and smile at yourself. At least somebody will be smiling back at you, right? Have a good one. Take care. Be safe. Thanks for listening.